Peace, peace, love, and light, family. I hope you are all doing well. I hope the sun is shining wherever you are, or if it's night, I hope you are seeing the wonders of the moon. Um, let's get into your message today. So I pre-shuffled the card, and this is going to be a very quick one, but I just wanted to check to see what the energy of the day is. And the first thing that came up is this, the Page of Cups. Hopefully, you guys can see that very clearly. So, the Page of Cups came out. And again, as you know, this channel focuses on, beginner's tarot. So, we're going to see what the Page of Cups, basically, the Page of Cups is looking at. Love, it's looking at comfort, kindness, intuition, all things related to your, tapping into your emotions. Someone who's very intuitive. Um, it's also referring to someone who's, quiet energy, someone who's very psychic, emotional. But if you notice that, this is a lot of water energy. This is, you could be dealing with a water sign, uh, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio at this time. And as you know, when we went over the beginner's tarot, all cups are affiliated with things having to do with uh, emotion, intuition, anything having to do with the depth, being that, this really taps into the energy of water. As you know, water signs tend to be very much intuitive, in touch with uh, emotions, love, um, and most importantly, this is reflecting love. It may be the beginning stages of something, the beginning stages of new love, but definitely I'm getting the energy of something that's very much new, very quiet, very yeah, definitely spirit is saying new, something that is just beginning. It's subtle, something that's very subtle. Okay, so you could be connected to subtle love, or someone who is about to show you this or has shown you this. So when I asked Spirit to clarify or to give us more information about what this Page of Cups is trying to tell us, this is the clarifier that came up. Okay, or I should say, this is the ancestor that came out and wanted to speak. And I think the interesting thing about this is, you know, pay attention to the moon phases. That's the first thing that Spirit is asking to look at. You are the moon. Spirit is saying that the moons have come and gone, seasons have come and gone. You have gone through transformation. You have gone into the depths and done the work that is necessary in order for you to become this beautiful butterfly, because you were once inside your shell. You were once learning how to, not how to, but you were once inside your shell, gaining the strength, uh, ripening in maturity in order for you to blossom. Spirit is saying, just like the moon phases, you have gone through various phases and cycles. If you notice, the moons have gone from full, and then here it's showing a crescent moon, but there's also a new moon, which is the new energy that we're actually about to encounter very soon. I believe the 21st is a new moon. So for many of you, this new moon that's coming up may be very significant. Spirit is saying that this butterfly that you see here may be trying to tell you that the new moon is going to bring something to fruition. Whatever it was that was uh, climaxing, it has got to the point where now this beautiful shelled Scorpio that was once in a cocoon is due to be a butterfly. Something is quietly developing and on its way to become this beautiful butterfly. There's something in you, or it is you, or someone that you're dealing with um, is is uh, is doing this. I kind of get the feeling of, I don't know why, but I get a lot of um, I get both masculine and feminine energy from here. But let's see what this ancestor is saying. So this is number 33 in the deck. It's Intikana, Child of the Light. So this is the card that came out. Let's see what Intikana has to say, number 33. Intikana, excuse me. So Intikana is saying, there is a divine light that does not cast a shadow, nor does it cast judgment, even though it reveals truth, a truth that is sometimes hard to acknowledge and requires that we change our ways. True divine light is healing, it is unifying, it brings hope, and it illumines the way. Other sorts of light exist on this planet that are not so pure, nor so helpful. Those sorts of light may appear stunningly bright, yet in effect create separation and increase ego. You can recognize genuine divine presence not by how dazzling it may appear at first, but what your devotion to that divine light evokes in your heart and your world. Trust your feelings over appearances. Move away from influences that create fear, negativity, or doubt in you. Reach out for that which uplifts your heart. Spiritual protection is being offered. Refuse to be dazzled by ego masquerading as something spiritual. Through your prayers and efforts, spiritual light has been accumulating on the inner planes, even though you may not sense that consciously as yet. There will be an intersection of events and circumstances in your physical world through which that light shall pour forth and manifest itself as grace. Continue with your spiritual devotion. There is something truly good to come of it. In the Incan tradition, Inti is the physical sun and the spiritual presence inherent in the sun's life-giving energy. Intikana is the being who is one with Inti, a child of the sun. In the esoteric mystery schools of the ageless wisdom, solar child and solar angel are terms for soul. Solar, Solar, child, and solar, Solar, angel are terms for the soul, the deeper aspect of us that is connected to the spiritual light. This oracle brings you understanding that there is a new depth of soul connection opening up for you. We enter such a sacred process through a challenge known in spiritual traditions as initiation. There goes that initiation we were talking about before, y'all. Some of y'all are priests and priestesses, like we said in previous videos. When we are faced with a deep unknowing, which is what happens when we are growing spiritually and moving through a spiritual initiation, we have outgrown what our minds are capable of providing. We need more knowledge, more wisdom, more light so that we can find our way through darkness, the darkness of initiation, and into the blessing of new life waiting on the other side of the process. When we turn our attention to the soul instead of applying logic and intellect to figure out yet another doomed plan to conquer the irre- irrepressible evolution inherent in spiritual path, we finally gain comfort. Hope is a quality of the soul. It allows us to bear the uncertainty when, according to a greater wisdom, there is something that we cannot know the answer to, at least for now. Hope gives us patience so that we can learn how to feel our soul connection more deeply and grow into the wisdom of the answers we need. We stop fumbling about in the library of the intellect and instead seek the answer from the source that can provide it, which is the illumined temple of our own soul. Initiation often involves an element of the unexpected. We typically feel the we typically feel unprepared for it, even though at a soul level we have been working toward it for a long time. However, if it's happening, we are ready for it. Such spiritual testing is intimidating to the ego, but the soul knows how to move through the process. Trust your inner self and trust in the light and the unconditional supportive assistance that the universe will lend to your purpose. Then you can be fearless and impervious to manipulation and remain steady and faithful in the face of challenge. The solar festival of Inti was a celebration of new life, which was held at the start of a new planting season. New season. It is realistic to cultivate hope and cheerfulness, both of which nurture the heart, especially during initiation. This oracle foretells the positive conclusion of a soul initiation. If dark and depressing thoughts have plagued you or a loved one, this oracle brings a spiritual intervention of joyful light. Open up to the joyful light of love and peace to fill your heart and your home. You have the power to call this light in because you are acknowledged as a child of the light. Rest in the divine light within. Imagine that you can peer into your soul and be warmed by the light and life of the inner sun that shines there. There is the true light of the divine. From that place of inner peace, luminous love, and safe refuge, you can proceed with boldness, patience, wisdom, and hope. The oracle asks you to cultivate a sense of self-worth and knowledge, the goodness within you, without needing to be perfect. You don't you don't just have light within you. You are the light. Remember, shine. We need you. How powerful is that? Um, yeah, so again, this is the ancestor that is speaking, um, Intikana, Intikana, child of the light. And as I was reading about this oracle, Intikana, Spirit pointed out a couple things. First, it is how how the moon is a reflection of the dimming and the brightening of the light within us. The moon in itself, which is very much connected to water energy, which is this. These two cards are very much connected. Okay. Um, the moon is connected to water energy. It's connected to intuition, which is what this is. And with the waning and the waxing of the moon, when you go from full moon to new moon, Spirit is saying that all of these things are a reflection of the light that is within you. And to use the energy of the moon to learn how to manifest things in your life. Now, as we mentioned previously, we are actually going into a new moon cycle, which is the new moon, I believe, on the 21st of March. Um, and it's also interesting because during the new moon you do not see the moon. Okay, you see the moon during the full moon, but it's actually during the new moon, that the new moon is actually the best time to manifest, to begin work that you want to accomplish. And then the full moon is where you see things come to a culmination. And I think I put that in the community board regarding the differences in the moon cycles. But Spirit is definitely saying to use this new energy that's coming in. We are actually going into a period right now, and we've started a period in which we're seeing more hours of sunlight. As some of you may know, we've done this whole spring forward thing, which it's it's a weird thing for me because as a person who's from the islands, we're not really familiar with that. It's we don't really have that. But in any case, in this part of the world, we do have that. And being that we do have that, you can use all these things to teach you various things. So as we're moving into this cycle where you are seeing, and Spirit is connecting you with more light. Spirit is also saying that you can use these cycles where there's more light to illuminate new things in your life that you've always wanted to accomplish. And Spirit is also saying that you're not only going to be using these cycles to manifest, you're also going to be seeing these manifestations come into light with these new, cycles of increased daylight outside. Um, use the spirit of the light, use the light energy to allow you to see clearly. Um, and many of you are doing that. You are doing just that. As we move into this cycle, it's not just right now, we're in a period that things are very interesting because the energies, it's definitely a change in energies, and things are happening very quickly. Scorpios, you will notice that whatever you touch, whatever your intuition tells you to do, give light to it, is what Spirit is saying. Don't delay. Don't delay because, in due time, those things will transform into something supernatural that you've never seen. Whether it is, your relationships, whether it is, your offerings, and I'm hearing offerings. Some of y'all, because of all, I'm really tapping into a lot of energy here, a lot of water energy. Some of you definitely need to tap into the water energy through libation by pouring libation, to just give thanks and acknowledge, Spirit, for whatever it is that has taken place, that is taking place, for your transformation, for your spiritual protection. Spirit is saying that definitely water energy is very important because it helps you to tap into your psychic powers. Water is a doorway that it is a doorway that opens the way for your psychic powers to develop. And Spirit is also saying many of you who are especially are very much aware that you're going through this initiation process, should definitely tap into the moon phases in terms of doing your spiritual work, because that will definitely strengthen it. Tap into this water energy, especially during the moon phases, using water in any shape or form, whether it's libation, whether it's drinking a great amount of water or taking spiritual baths. In fact, in this image here, this individual looked like they just took a plunge, in the depths, and they're coming out as a new creature. That's what I'm seeing. That's what spirit is showing. You know, some of you definitely get to connect with those spiritual baths because your power lies in that. You will definitely transform and become more intuitive. More, you will tap into your intuition. That's really what it is. I'm cautious to say more intuitive, or I should say, you will grow in the awareness of your intuition and your psychic abilities. Many of you have those abilities. Tap into that before you go to bed. Make sure you drink some water, so that way your brain can be hydrated and be cleared, so that those psychic dreams can come forth. Ask the questions that you need, and spirit will definitely answer. In fact, they're not just definitely going to answer. Spirit is saying that they're waiting. They're waiting for you to reach out your hand. Um, I'm hearing the song, reach out and touch somebody's hand. Reach out and touch the divine, Scorpios, because they're just waiting. And your connection is only going to get stronger and stronger from this point forward. There's no going back. Forward. There's no going back. Whatever it is that you've left behind, the moon cycles have cleansed it. Water has cleansed it. It's been washed away, and now the divine is ready to pour in. Look at this. Divine is ready to pour in new blessings, new peace, new balance. I definitely see my aunt energy here. Balance. Um, and I definitely see, some symbols, as above, so below, whatever it is that the universe has had for you. It is definitely coming. There's no going back at this point. You 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 are you are that which your ancestors have dreamed of. You are your ancestors' wildest dreams. So keep moving forward. Keep doing the work. Many of you need to make sure you immerse also your hair, your scalp, your head in water. Cleansing your head is a really good way to remove any negative energies that you are looking to get rid of, especially during this full moon. Not full moon, this new moon. Spirit is saying to, immerse your head in water. You might need to prepare a spiritual bath, and as you do the spiritual bath, sprinkle some of that water and make sure that it touches your scalp, and you rub it in your scalp and in your hair, so that way you can strengthen, your crown chakras. Um, yeah, but definitely connect with water. And I also see a lot of different energies and chakras represented here. So, um, Spirit is doing an overall just cleanse on you, Scorpios. And what else can you say but thank you? And stay in this spirit of gratitude as you develop your psychic intuitions. Give thanks, because gratitude will definitely take you far. That's all the message I have for you. If this message resonates, like, comment, share, and subscribe. Much love. Peace.